Good evening. I hope you're having a lovely day. So, the topic my group and I chose to do is religion and how it intertwines with culture. We believe that religion is important because it does dictate our way of life. The topics we'll be tackling today are Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism.
With the Arab Islamic culture, and this is evident in the way they dress, their food, their language. So with this, the Arabs and the coastal natives, the Mijikenda, they intermarried and gave rise to the Swahili culture, which is present until today. So I think religious diversity is very important, especially in today's culture, because it gives one person a sense of identity, in that they can look into their culture and feel that they belong. Religious diversity also does not give power to just one religion. It creates respect, in that all religions are equal and that no religion is better than the other. This creates mutual respect for people in the community, and they can sit together and respect each other even though they have different religious beliefs. Religion plays a role in everyday life, of course. For example, let's say people who are pro-life or pro-choice in the abortion area. So of course religion does not allow abortion, so it obviously affects the decision someone makes, and of course it impacts your life in various ways. So the other thing about religious diversity is, hello, my name is Naila, and I'm going to be taking you through religious diversity but the Islamic perspective. So I'm going to start by giving you a little history on when Islam started and why it grew so fast. So Islam started around the 7th century, and it mainly started growing around 655 CE, mainly in the northeastern part of Africa, West African part, excuse me. So a lot of people credit the growth of Islam to global trade routes, and merchants from the Arab world would travel around the world to spread Islam and to do trade. So as the trade prospered, a lot of them settled around these areas and started influencing the people around there with Islamic teachings, Islamic culture. And a good example would be the coastal area in Kenya, that is around Mombasa, Malindi, Lamu. So as the Arab merchants, Arab businessmen came to do trade here, it was called silent trade because they had no common language. So as they came to trade here, they also spread their Islam and they spread their culture. That's why a lot of people around the coastal area have adopted the Arab Islamic culture, or pro-life or pro-choice in the abortion area. So of course religion does not allow abortion, so it obviously affects the decision someone makes, and of course it impacts your life in various ways. So the other thing about religious diversity is the downside that it can lead to stereotypes, and a lot of people associate Islam with terrorists due to past events, and they're all categorized in one box, in that they're all terrorists, and that should not be the case, because the action of one person does not reflect the whole religion. So that's all I have on religious diversity but on the Islamic perspective. Thank you.
Buddhism is one of the world's largest religions with over 250 million followers. It is a commonly known Asian religion that hinges on philosophy. With that said, we know that philosophy is basically a way of thinking about certain subjects of life and life's meaning. This can also be linked to culture, as philosophy also shows us how we should live and the way we should conduct ourselves in the everyday lives, which is in fact culture. Buddhism is popular in Asia, especially in Thailand, as 95% of its population is said to practice Buddhism. The religion is heavily rooted in Thailand's culture, to the point where most college students halt their studies to become monks for almost a month to a year. That just shows you how committed people are to the culture. Buddhism brings credit to the family, as it's seen as an indication of sustainability of marriage and a requirement for positions in public organizations. The religion has also been seen to demonstrate Thailand's resilience, as it teaches one to stay composed and train the brain to deal with tough situations. This is why you notice a theme of calmness in Thailand when dealing with adversity. You can see this through the way it dealt with the 1997 Asian financial crisis, how it dealt with a decade of political protests and the death of a prominent leader. Buddhism has contributed heavily to most Asian countries' way of life and is heavily linked to Thailand's culture and behavioral practices. In conclusion, Buddhism in Thailand demonstrates the heavy influence religion holds on culture.
Well, I hope from that video you're able to understand how different cultures affect different religions all over the world, and how culture and religion are part of our everyday lives. Have a good day.